Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Gallant Fuse Daily News Update for Tuesday, the 17th of January 2023. Apologies, I almost forgot the date there. It's just after 7 in the morning, so I've not quite woke up yet. My name's Colin. I'll be bringing you the news for today. As we covered yesterday, we'll be trialling this every day for a couple of weeks. Monday to Friday, we'll take the weekend off, just to see if it's something that the listeners want us to continue with. Before we get into the news, apologies for any of our Apple listeners yesterday. I did a wee bit of a technical fault where I only uploaded the second half of the update, so you would have got half of the news and the show halfway through. So apologies, because we're recording and uploading these on our phones. A few teething problems. This is what happens when I'm left to my own devices and Mason doesn't do the technical work. But you're not here to listen to my computer illiteracy. You're here to hear about Rangers. So first of all, probably the big news that we've not spoke about before coming out of yesterday, the papers reporting that Rangers are interested in Swansea City's Morgan Whittaker. So the Daily Record reporting the winger is keen to become part of Michael Beale's Ibrox revolution. Reports from Wales claimed that the Light Boys have had an opening bid for the winger, who had impressed on loan at Plymouth Argyle in the first half of the season. It turned down. The Daily Record understands that there have been early talks and there is a gap in terms of valuation of both clubs. So Beale, who's also keen to land Todd Cantwell from Norwich City, has identified the 22-year-old as a player who would like to bring in to Ibrox in this window. Swansea City are keen to keep a hold of Whittaker, who had won plaudits for promotion pushing Plymouth in League One before he was recalled this month. The former England under-20 cap, who has 9 goals and 7 assists this season, is known to be keen on the move to Ibrox, and Rangers are pushing to see if a new deal can be struck. So, a new target, I've not really heard much about him before this week. Right winger who can play across any position in the front line. Mixed reception, I think, to put it mildly, on follow Twitter, the usual social media places. I think a lot of fans feeling a bit underwhelmed that we're going for a player who's been playing his trade in League One. Obviously, he's just come off the back of a loan to Plymouth Argyle, but before that, he was on loan to Lincoln City. So his record in Lincoln City for the 6 months was 5 goals in 20 appearances, and Plymouth Argyle, as I said, 9 goals and 7 assists in 25 appearances. They're numbers that we're not really getting from the likes of Sakala, Ryan Kent, or many of our forward players. I totally understand the anticlimax that were aligned to a player in League One, but I think we need to take every signing as its own individual merit, and I think it's unfair for the signings under Gio to dictate how we feel about Michael Beale's signings going forward. I think we do need to give him a chance, and bear in mind that this is a 22-year-old who's at least in form. He can play a multitude of different positions. He's young, potentially a resale value. He's coming from League One, but we bought Joe Aribo from League One, and he was 23 by the time that he signed for Rangers, and look how he turned out. So I'd really, if this is something we're going to go ahead with, I would like to see him in this window, because we've seen the transition time it took Joe Aribo, maybe that 6 to 12 months before he really came into his own. I'd like to get him in this window, because I think it's we need more attacking options. I know Fashion Sakala's coming in a bit of form, but realistically he won't be a starter for the rest of the season. We need somebody to come in and play behind the striker, be an option out wide, challenge Ryan Kent as well. And for this player, if he is going to take a bit of time getting used to the setup and bedding in, I'd rather he does it now, so he's all guns are blazing for the 2023 and 2024 season. Some more news off the back of Rangers League Cup semi-final victory over Aberdeen, and we'll start with the League Cup final, which is going to be against Celtic on the 26th of February. That's a Sunday. The Viaplay have announced that it will be a 3 p.m. kick-off. Obviously, it'll be shown live on Viaplay if you do have that sponsor. If you do have that subscription. Obviously, you can maybe take a short-term holiday and with the aid of certain VPN providers or totally legal streams, if you catch my meaning. Or hopefully you get a ticket. Tickets haven't been announced yet, no doubt. Hopefully by the time you get this update, by the afternoon, maybe Rangers have announced something, but no news as of yet. But a 3 p.m. kick-off on a Sunday for the Old Firm final. Some more chat still going on off the back of the game on Sunday, and we'll move across to Controversy Corner, where it's bizarre. I really didn't think it was an incident at the time, or on Sunday night for that matter. We done the live pod and we didn't discuss it at all. We didn't really think it was newsworthy, but Ryan Kent apparently taking a baseball bat and jumping on the head of Liam Scales. By the way, some people are going ahead with it. I think it's a bit of a non-event, but it was interesting to see Sky's Ref Watch had Dermot Gallagher on reviewing all the events from both semi-finals, and he was firmly of the belief that this wasn't a red card. He was saying it would have been a booking at most, as while his arm does flare, it's not a punching or striking movement, and it's more of a clash of the two players more than anything. Incidentally, I does think that Anthony Stewart's red card was correct for his lunge on Fashion Sakala, and also that Kilmarnock should have received a penalty in the first semi-final. Funny that, eh? That good old Masonic conspiracy working so well again. So the last bit of news I'll bring you for today, a bit of a short update. So it's in relation to this Saturday's game against St Johnstone. I know we've got the Kilmarnock game tomorrow night beforehand, and we'll have a press conference for that this afternoon, so I'll be able to chat to you about that tomorrow morning. But the Rangers Review reporting that St Johnstone are set for the lowest ever home attendance against Rangers this Saturday. So they're saying that the Perth Club have currently sold under 300 tickets for the clash, which is set to take place this Saturday in McDiarmid Park. Saints supporters have boycotted the contest after the club announced inflated ticket prices and that they would be handing over three sides of the stadium to visiting fans. Adults are being charged for £30 for the match, while concessions are priced at £20. St Johnstone have since announced that 600 under-12s will be given free access to the match if accompanied by a paying adult. The season ticket holder priority purchasing window for Saints fans has now closed, and only around 250 tickets have been shifted. As a result, the match is heading for the lowest home attendance of the McDiarmid Park era. There are currently around 2,500 season ticket holders, and many of them have been forced out of their usual seats in the on the East Stand for the Scottish Cup tie against Rangers. So quite interesting. I know it's all that news is really tailored towards what's going on with St Johnstone and their own fans, but it does impact us because it's the way this season is panning out. This is a massive game for us. We really need to make a mark in both cups. Also, we've done what we can for the League Cup. We're in the final, but we need to be having a run at the Scottish Cup final, and this does play into our advantage. It effectively turns it into a home game. If we've got three stands and 75% of the attendance at least. It's a tough one for St Johnstone. You can't do right for doing wrong, I don't think. In the one hand, you do want to be appeasing your own fans, and they're going to be the lifeblood who come back time and time again. But at the same time, when it's not a commercially lucrative league or domestic campaign that we play in, I can see why clubs really try and take advantage of the Old Firm clashes, or the clashes against Old Firm, sorry. It's a tough one. Obviously, as a Rangers fan, put my blue tinted specs on, the more tickets we can get, the better, as long as the prices aren't inflated too much. But no, it'll be interesting to see how that impacts the game on Saturday, if at all. So that'll be me for today's roundup, and someone else will be back with you tomorrow morning. It'll be myself or one of the other podders. Again, just bear with us. We'll hopefully by tomorrow we'll have all the bells and whistles, the intro music, all that kind of stuff as well, and we'll be back tomorrow morning to discuss what's been spoke about at the press conference and any other Rangers news which has happened on Tuesday afternoon. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll speak to you midweek. Take care.